Alright. Oh, they announced the Splatfest. Oh boy. Ah, okay. Let's go, dude. Umami Ruins. Crableg Capital. Okay. Ship shape cargo. Okay. So we got picking this up, equipping it immediately, but we're also getting this. So I'll have to. We're gonna kind of take it slowly this time, but we're gonna kind of take a walk. So we got the grate up here. Got this starting platform. From that grate, you can jump down this way, it seems. So we're just gonna keep an eye on the left side here. So we got an ink rail over here. A lot of inkable walls, which is nice. So this isn't inkable, but this is. So you could still technically get up here pretty quickly. I assume it isn't. Yeah. Okay. We will fire off this gun, like, in a proper test. So it seems like that works. So we got an ink rail that lets you come up this way. This map seems like it actually has flank routes this time, which is something that's not, that you can't really say right now. It's Splatoon. And so we got this going here. And this brings us all the way to the middle area. I do actually dig this. What is going on? What just moved? Something happened. Okay, anyways. On to the other side here. So it looks like it's about the same here. There's a ramp that goes up this way. Jesus, this is like a very complicated level. But this kind of feels like Hammerhead. Like, it feels like old Hammerhead in a way. If that makes any sense. But it seems like we got some inkable walls here. And you can come off this way. What is that sound? Is the crane moving? But, oh, there it is. There's Hagglefish Market. That's awesome. Here we are. Jump up this way. So the Turf 4 layout isn't that bad. I do like the fact that there's ink rails here that actually let you take more routes. We didn't really look at mid here, but let's go ahead and see if we can... Yeah, it looks pretty, honestly, a lot more basic than I thought it would be. This time we should probably go this way. So this lets you just take cover, or have that high ground. This lets you reach across. Okay, that could be good. And then, ooh, I do like this. We can at least bring this up. Okay. Alright. So that's the Turf 4 layout. Let's see if we miss anything. So we got this mid area that you can actually ink the walls to on the sides. Yeah, so we got tactical here. It's about the same. Oh my gosh, that is a lot. Alright. So we got... Oh my gosh. Sounds like something's moving. Alright, so here's the weapon that we have, which is the heavy edit Splatling. So that's the charge. It's about heavy Splatling charge, but it has a crazy sound. Oh my goodness, this thing shoots real fast. And it shoots for a long time too. This thing's gonna be... Wow, alright. This is crazy fire rate. Interesting. The map though, this map looks honestly amazing. So it seems like you can get a really fast route going down this way. There's a pole. This is pretty sick, man. I like this. Alright, let's go ahead. Okay, so Splat Zones, here's the layout. It looks exactly the same. And it's not something I'm too surprised about. But it seems like this outer lane seems like such a welcoming route to take. Here's the size of the zone. It's kind of how I predicted it to be. So it's gonna be kind of like mincemeat in a way, to where if you're not at high ground, you're probably just not gonna have a good time. But it seems like the layout is pretty much exactly the same. You can actually go down The inkable walls, I think, are a huge W for me, because there's actually stuff you can swim on. Like, there's actually ways to get out of situations. Even though this isn't inkable, you can either swim up here or go down this way. You actually have options. So going down here seems like it's going to be a death trap, or maybe sitting in it will actually be pretty beneficial to you. Not entirely sure about how that spot's going to work, but this is pretty much this map is a bit more basic in its layout than I thought it would be. But it's actually not bad. Like, it doesn't look bad, it doesn't feel bad. There's this little area I probably should explore, but you can just go down under this way. There's a lot of routes you can take this time around. Like, just from the start, I already see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 routes that take me to mid. And I see those routes, 5 of them, connecting to mid. Especially from both sides. So this stage might actually be really good, and it might be a really good sign. So yeah, that's Splat Zones. So we're on tower control, and already I can see a bit of a difference. Quite a huge difference, actually. So it seems like it kind of makes sense, though. So here's the layout for it. It looks about the same, but also very different, especially from the start. It looks like we still have this option to go up this way. And it looks about the same over here. But this time, it's not really much of a platform you walk on anymore. Instead, I kind of like this. It's very limited, so it makes it pretty fair for both teams to get there, and it's not easy to get there, too. Let's go ahead and look at tower route. It's a very interesting, very, very interesting route. We do have the ramp that goes right here. We have a jump spot right there. Seems like Nintendo actually wants to give us at least some kind of player for freedom. This feels nice. This is a really long trail, though. It's like, it is going all over the place. So this glass is, okay, so it's not inkable, so tower control in this might be very stressful, at least in this last part. The only time you get the ink, the only things you get the ink on these platforms are over there. You can see the ink rail here. Again, looking at the layout, it's very different. That's the tower path. It's very different. I do kind of like this little railing here, though. Nintendo kind of did that really satisfying, like, it fits perfectly in between these two railings. And then that platform will kind of connect this, but even then, you can still get around by going from under. So, meaning, if you have something with, like, a good charge, you can do some crazy charger split trick shots right here, especially if you're a Nautilus player. So it doesn't hold a charge when you go in aim. But if, like, you're Nautilus, you come out and you can just start shooting. Especially shooters, I think Squid Surge would really benefit from that. But yeah, wow. This feels nice. This looks nice, and it feels nice just from reconning it. The amount of options and actual inkable walls that we have, this just feels far better. So it's time for Rainmaker. This time we probably should be looking at this side. The tower control layout looked about the same on this side, but this has a... See, look at that. See, that is cool. You can see ramps over there. So Rainmaker... Is there a ramp up this middle part? It doesn't seem like there is. But is this part inkable? It is not. So Rainmaker seems still pretty linear. I think Rainmaker... Oh, well... Holy smokes. Alright, hold on. So, before we get ahead of ourselves here, like we usually do, this is about the same, but this time, it seems like they actually want you to try to jump across, as well by also having that. You can jump across. You can. There's actually a walkway right here this time. I'll eventually catch it. But the amount of inkable walls. I'm gonna sound like a broken record for this. Gosh, this looks and feels amazing. And what sucks is they put Hammerhead in the rotation with this map. But oh my god, that hit marker. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the first route. honestly, pretty easy. And it seems like you can just easily, very easily jump out of it like this. Get some stuff sprayed. And then take it out, pick it back up, jump back up this way. And then hit it right there. Okay. So that's the first route. So something I noticed just now is we do have this route that we could take, and we also have this route we could take that goes up this grate. But something else I realized is you actually have this thing you could take too. You can jump pretty far with this. Actually getting on the platform's a little tough, but you actually have like 3 options to get up on that ledge. And this one might actually be tough though. Even though they gave you more options, doesn't mean it's going to be nearly as easy. So I think being able to somehow jump from platform to platform here without getting completely demolished would be interesting. So the first route, the first half of it is nice. But I think if you tried to drop through the grate or whatever, it just becomes incredibly inconvenient for your team. Because you drop down at one of the worst spots, especially if you have Rainmaker in your hands. So this platform's about the same here. Pick that up. This platform's about the same here. Come on. It looks like you still can't get up that way, but you can get up these ways. There's actually a lot of options for routes this time. Both sides actually have a route that you can take to get around middle lane. And this feels so nice. And there's a really good defensive spot right there. This is going to be really interesting, especially this here too. You can take this side up. Here, let's look at another one. The sheer amount of possibility that opens up because of inkable walls. Like, see, now you don't have to just go straight that way. You can go this way, go around. It might not be an optimal route. Already in this map alone, I see more player options than every other map. Also, I just realized I found it, but it's an elevator. So I think not making this an inkable wall might be fine, because I still think you can. There's still some compromise here. There's a bit of risk-reward pushing that, but at the same time, even though that wall is not inkable, you still have an ink rail here that doesn't force you to get in an uncomfortable position like that. Meaning you can just push up like this and it's fine. I really like this. I really do. Alright, and we're on to Clam Blitz, and already off the bat, it seems like it's pretty much the exact same. So if we look over this side, we still got the graded stuff that goes around. Let's look at the layout here. It looks exact. So it takes the Splat Zones layout and the Turf War layout, or yeah, the Splat Zones and Turf War layout, and gives it the tower control layout. Because you can see a lot of these are about the same. These grates right here, they're very much the same. I think they're different in Turf War. I'm already kind of forgetting. Again, this is a new map, so you can't really quote me on everything. But this jump spot right here that allows you to get this flank route to get up here, you can get on the grates this way. They have a ramp that gives you direct access. So Clam Blitz is also looks like it's going to be pretty good on this map. So there's really not much to explore here. It's all about the same. Let's see. We'll just go ahead and look at some of the routes though. We can just get our clam mage or whatever, and then get a curling bomb going this way. That's a pretty high up ramp. That's a very high up ramp. And then you can even go as far as to going up this way and scoring more clams. A lot of single clams, though, I've noticed. I wonder if there's something in the bug fixes that they didn't mention. But this feels different. There's this jump spot here that lets you go up here pretty easily. Gosh, I love this. I actually really, really like this map, especially not just aesthetics-wise. Aesthetic, it's great. But like the layout is fantastic too, and that's something that it's really hard to say about the recent maps. This is crazy. I'm a fan. Alright, so that was Clam Blitz. That was all the modes on this map. Again, here's the layout. You can pretty much get the gist of how the map works. This last layout is pretty much just tower control, or Rainmaker and tower control mixed with Splat Zones layout and Turf War, of course. The amount of options that you get here are great. I think, just from first glance, I think this is looking to be a pretty good map. And it's something we've needed for quite some time. So, thank goodness for that. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be Ship Shape Cargo.